Alright fellow managers, today's video is a bit of a sudden one, which is why I started with such an unfunny joke. You know what it's like when you get an idea that you just have to do in that moment. And this idea was to see who is the better Yi Sang ID for this specific team. Now I hope you're wondering, where did this idea come from? Well, recently I've been getting back into the sinking status effect. We've all had our House of Spiders meta dominance. Drummer Scorch is, of course, an amazingly fun team to play. That's what I'm talking about! The middle is, well, the middle for a reason. I say this as a confirmed middle glazer, but it isn't the most riveting combat. And Rupture, well... But what about sinking? Well, we know sinking has access to some of the most powerful IDs in the game. Not to mention fun too. But I could never quite settle on a team. Sure, you can always throw your IDs together and hope they work, but then you get conflicting playstyles. And by that I mean, for better or worse, you get the index IDs.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Which is the point, I know. But it isn't so bad, because it gave us 3 fantastic IDs. And for the longest time, that's exactly who I used. And well,
let me tell you something, man.
Yi Sang is one of my favourite units in the game. So that's why when Project Moon, for some reason, gave Solemn Lament Yi Sang a brand new ego to play with, it got me curious. Who is better for my sinking team? Well, I put that to the test. Same team, same game plan, and same tough enemy. And I wanted to see how their performances matched up. So please enjoy and stick around for after, where I give my final verdict.
계속 저택을 더럽히고 있어! 살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 억제 성공! 전술 시야 전
회복하는 증.
굳이 직접 목격하지 않아도 느낄 수가 있지. 지금 돌아가고 싶지 않아.
회복하는 증.
보내져가겠어. 천천히 보아. 고적이 그대로 화장할지니.
굳이 직접 먹고 하지 않는
내가 인정해보지. 태도 감옥 좀
죽는 것도 사는 것도 두려워.
시생열 오래 필수록 하고들 시간이 잔무라 살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 탕
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
사물 엠하 비가 아메스코 태어난 곳으로 돌아가. 원, 빈, 낭 물치 잔
하얗고 슬픈 그저 애들이 펼수
Boo! Hi, real-time jump scare now. I figure I'd rather do it this way than scripted because they're going to be the same points anyway, and also I like this personal touch. You can kind of glean just how excited I have been from playing this. So, with all that said, let's really talk about it, because I've come to a conclusion. I do think, for my sinking team, Solemn Lament Yi Sang is better. Now, before anything else, it's mostly because of Ego. Yeah, it's mostly because of Ego. Butterfly is fine, and we just go here, we go and really take a deeper dive. Butterfly's fine. You know, just acts as extra gloom damage. Sinking as a whole has one big glaring weakness. And it's why I don't really like to play it all the time. It's why every time I do a sinking team showcase or talk about sinking, it's always against an enemy that has SP. Because it really shines and benefits from enemies having low SP. Now obviously, yes, you can use it against non-SP, like abnormalities and whatnot, but just use someone else. Yeah, so I'm going to be honest, I still don't really understand Butterfly. All I know it as is Blue Rupture, and honestly, that's all I need to know it as, because it is just Blue Rupture. Feel free to disagree with me on that, you know, let me know down in the comments how you feel about it. But yeah. Also, Living and Departed, I really like the idea that it's just unlimited ammo. You know me, I love unlimited ammo, I think ammo is cool. Lace Salt getting an upscaled Ego when to give him limited ammo, we'll see. And it's just a lot of, he does a lot of good things. Especially Scopely. Scopely really overperformed. Like, for me at least. But it's just the Ego. The Ego has added so much more. It really does just feel like a machine gun. Because that's what it is, it's a machine gun. Does a lot of damage when you really time it properly. You can inflict Gloom Fragility and Gloom Resist down this turn and next turn. Which is already insane when you pair it with every other Gloom ID on this team. Especially Night of Despair Roju. But I want to talk about Yi Sang. I want to talk about the guy himself, because, look, I know I don't like the prescripts, but, and this is the big one that I probably failed to mention beforehand. After a certain amount of time, when you get to unlock 3, you don't gain Karmic Consequence. Now, I think Karmic Consequence, as it is right now, bit of a waste. Basically just reads, gain 1 defense level down for every 10 stacks. And you gain Karmic Consequence from not executing the prescripts. But at unlock 3, you just kind of ignore it. It's like, yeah, whatever, I'm gonna do my own thing now. Quite literally, like he is in phase 2 of the boss fight for Ri. He just goes, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Perfectly fine, and they're all like that. And he's a good ID. He does a lot of damage. Furioso can't be stated enough just how good this move is. And here's why I don't think he's the right fit for this team. It takes too long to ramp up. Earliest you can possibly hope to get it is turn 5. Because you are limited by how much Procuration Hermes you can gain. And it's a good skill. I can see why it's locked. Because it can do upwards of 1,000 damage. But I just think he's just a good ID, good damage dealer. He doesn't really play into the gimmick of sinking or apply a lot of counts. He's basically like Index Dawn. One of the big problems with Index Dawn and why she's no longer in the team is she consumes a lot of count. She eats the count. And that's what everybody excels at. Now, the big one, you can run either one. That's right, shock twist answer right now. You can run whatever you want. Okay, you can swap between the two. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. You're going to have fun the way you want. You're going to build the teams, the characters, how you want. You're going to have fun with it. It doesn't really matter who you use, which Yi Sang ID you use, because the rest of sinking is just so damn good. Okay? A Roma shoe. Crazy. In fact, there's already 3 DPSs, or main DPSs right here. You got big supports here. And she in herself is crazy. But it's mostly, I wouldn't argue these two. I would just say Night of Despair Roju. Having Night of Despair Roju is already basically sinking at 99% power. She's just that good. I didn't mean for this to turn into a Night of Despair Roju Glaze video, but here we are, glazing Roju. She actually does a lot more than I would have ever expected. DPS, counter infliction, a nice gimmick that isn't Queen of Hatred Don Quixote. Yikes. But the big thing I really want to do, is I want to up type for the bygone days. Just for the corrosion. It's why you saw in the showcase, I had to borrow someone else's to up type 4, just for inflicting even more gloom fragility. It just does so goddamn much. This really helps a lot. It really does. Young Office herself also just being really easy to play. It's basically, can you match colours? If you play Dokkan Battle, it's can you pop same coloured bubble? That's it. And Kozan does a lot. Oh, that almost reminds me. Where is Tremor Decay? Tremor Decay. It's a debuff. Defense level down for every 4 tremor potency on self. Which is why, another good reason for the E.G.O. Once again, I have to mention the E.G.O. Yi Sang now deals tremor. There we go. Always active. Lament E.G.O. Solemn Lament Yi Sang exclusive effect. On hit, base skills inflict 2 tremor on target once per skill. The identity counts as an identity that inflicts tremor and sinking. It just counts as well. So it goes into Tremor Decay, so you get defense level downs even more, as well as inflicting gloom fragility and just every single debuff you could want. It's just good. This E.G.O. is really flipped sinking on its head. Well, I say flipped sinking on its head. Sinking has always been good. This just helps it go even above and beyond. It's just limited by... Do you have SP? Oh, does the enemy have SP? Obviously you need SP, but it goes down as well. Does the enemy have SP? Great, you're going to benefit even more. Other than that, a lot of good generalist IDs as well. I think so. Uja, Lampgregor, Night of Despair Roju, Yi Sang, well, Rin Sang, Aromashu, Young Office, Tremor. There's just a lot of utility here that I think can be explored more. And anyway, with that said, we're at the end of the video. You're going to use who you want to use. And you're going to have fun doing it. Just like I am. And you know what? I want to know who you use. What's your sinking team looking like? I'm always down for help. You know, I like learning new stuff. Maybe there's a strategy here that I haven't thought about. Maybe there's an ID that should be on this team. Let me know. And yeah, that's how we grow as a community. Grow as a fan base. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And... like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this. If you want to see more, like always, stay refreshing.